Hi friends, I'm very sick right now. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am a little bit sick today, so bear with me. I honestly wasn't gonna film because I feel like crap. If you are new here, every Friday on my channel I post a faith-related video. That's why they're called Faith Fridays, and that is what you're tuning in here for. Throughout the week I post lifestyle videos, health and fitness stuff, all kinds of good stuff here, fam. So today I wanted to give you a kind of laid back video. Months and months ago, before I had even started with the Faith Friday video, I had posted my morning devotional routine, and that kind of took off. I think it has like 13,000 views now, which is crazy. But I wanted to reshare for all of my new viewers kind of what my morning routine looks like with Jesus, how I structure that, how you guys can get into having your own. And let me just preface this with, I understand that everybody's schedule is so different. Like, some people work third shift, some people don't have time in the mornings, and some people have kids, and everybody's life is so different, which is beautiful. So your Jesus time, your devoted quiet time, doesn't necessarily have to happen in the morning. I've just found personally that is my favorite time to do it. It really gives me a chance at the beginning of the day to collect my thoughts and regroup and recenter with Christ as the center of my day, and then I have a lot better days when I do it like that. It doesn't matter what time you do it as long as you are spending time with the Lord. I figured I would give you guys some of my top tips if you are wanting to start a morning routine, or if you just aren't sure what you want your morning routine to look like. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I get up, I go straight downstairs, I fill up my water bottle, and sometimes I'll make a coffee and bring that up with me, but I go straight to my office. My office is my little cozy space. I'm actually in the middle of redoing it. Let me know if you guys want to see a video once it's finished. But I come into my office and I sit down with my Bible, my notebook, and some pens and highlighters. What I love most about doing this in the morning is that it's a peaceful time. The world is, for the most part, still asleep when I do this, so it's really relaxing to me to get that in before the world even starts. I do my best to make sure that I stay off of my phone, off of social media until after my quiet time. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably see me post like my notes and stuff. I usually take that after my quiet time is already finished, because if I log into my phone before my quiet time is finished, I will get distracted. I sit down, and right now I'm just doing devotions on the YouVersion app on my phone. I think the one I'm going through right now, it's called New Year, New Mercies by Paul Tripp, and it is phenomenal. I love this app because there's thousands and thousands of free devotionals. There's a verse of the day, there's inspiring quotes, inspiring verses. It's an incredible app. I highly recommend you getting it, especially if you don't have a Bible available to you. You can literally download one for free to your phone. So that's what I'm doing right now. Typically I'll go through a guided Bible study. I'll buy one from the bookstore, or I've done Jesus Calling. I've done Awaken by Priscilla Shirer. And I'm about to start one by Carrie Garcia. It's called Exchange. I started it a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't consistent with it, so I'm starting over, and I'm really excited about that one because it comes with videos as well. So right now, since I'm just going through one on my phone, I'll open up my app. If it helps you, you can put your phone on Do Not Disturb so that you don't get notifications during this time. And then I also turn on my Jesus Time playlist and have my worship music playing, and I just have it playing on like a low volume to kind of set the mood, set the vibe. I'll read all the way through the devotional, and I'll open up my Bible and read any of the verses that the devotion mentioned or referenced. I'll read the entire chapter, I'll reread it a couple times, and then I go through and I write down anything that stood out to me. There's not really any structure at all to how I journal. I think journaling is so specific to the person. So some people do much better with like bullet lists and numbers and doing a structured notes, kind of like if you were studying for school. But I do much better if I get creative with it, and if I kind of just brain dump and spill information all over the pages. You guys have seen before, it's kind of hard to navigate my notes, but it's not hard for me because that's just how my brain kind of ends up doing it. So in case you're that kind of person that you feel the pressure to journal a certain way or to do it the way someone else does it, just screw that. Like, seriously, it is your journal. all that matters at the end of the day is that it means something to you and that you got something valuable from it. So journal how you want to. It could literally mean just coloring. I just have a very creative brain, and that's just how my brain processes information, and that I'm able to retain it that way. I'll write my notes out and all of that, and then usually I'll read back over it and like highlight certain things in my journal. Or what I've been really loving to do recently is I have a stack of sticky notes on my desk, and if there's one little phrase that I can fit onto a sticky note that I really loved from my notes or from the devotional, I'll write it out. I'll write out verses on the sticky notes, and I hang them in our bedroom, in my office, in the bathrooms, in the kitchen, everywhere. Hang them everywhere, because then I'm gonna see them a lot over the course of the next few weeks, and I'm gonna memorize them. I think it's kind of cool to hang scripture and hang those kind of things around our home, because it's like Jesus is here, like this house serves the Lord, and it's, I don't know, I think it's really cool, and it's just nice, like a nice reminder. You could be having a really busy day, you run to the bathroom and you're sitting there and you look up and you're like, oh, there's a verse right there. I'm gonna read that and settle down. Woosah. I'll write some stuff down on my sticky notes, and then I'll decide where I'm gonna put those for the day. And then I end it with gratitude and manifestation or affirmations. To be honest with you, in 2017, I got really into manifestation. And then I didn't. I've been low-key manifesting all of the things that I don't want lately. So manifestation is basically speaking your truth and speaking what you want into existence. So instead of saying, I'm tired, I'm depressed, I'm poor, you say, I am abundant in all things, I'm full of love, I'm full of hope. You say what you want to be, and you say it as if it's already true, because you're manifesting that that's going to happen for you. And it really works. I think it's even biblical. God says when we pray, to pray without a doubt that He will fulfill our prayers, because He's a faithful God and He's capable of all things. But if you're praying and you're like, God, I just really hope that you can help me with this, He's like, sister, what do you mean hope? What do you mean hope, girl? I can, and I will. I'm really working on getting back into manifesting more of what I want, because I've been unconsciously manifesting things that I don't want. What you think about, what you speak about is what you attract. So I write down manifestations. I write things like, my marriage is abundant in love and hope, and everyone who sees my marriage sees the love of Christ. I write things like, I love my home, it's my dream home, people feel welcome when they come here. My job is providing financial freedom for me. I impact women for Christ and help them pursue a healthier lifestyle. I write down things that I want to be true, even if they don't feel true yet, because they're going to be. I'm manifesting them. And then I write down things that I'm grateful for, which is pretty self-explanatory, but literally sometimes I write down, I'm grateful for my office, I'm grateful for my computer, which I am. You guys have no idea. Like, every time I open up my MacBook, I'm like, I am so grateful, because I was working on a dinosaur computer. I have it over to the side, and it did what it needed to. It served its purpose, but it made my it made me not want to post videos. It made me not want to do any of my work, because it took so long to load. The quality of the screen was just so bad, and it was huge, and it was hard to bring places with me. The battery was terrible. It was just not like great, but I made it work, and I never complained about it. And then my husband surprised me with a MacBook, which I never in a million years thought I would ever have. It's literally the nicest thing that I own. Like, literally the nicest thing that I own. And every time I touch it, I thank him almost every day for my computer. But I write down things that I'm grateful for, because in times where life is a little bit challenging to, from the surface, it's hard to keep going if you are not pursuing a perspective of gratitude. So when life gets really hard and life feels bad and it feels like God's not doing any good for you, sit down and take a minute to get grateful. I know I talk about this in almost every Faith Friday, I feel like, but get grateful. Write down what you're grateful for, even if it's only one thing. And then I usually just close my notebook and I sit there and I pray And sometimes I pray out loud, sometimes I like whisper, sometimes I pray in my head. But honestly, like, I feel like I have so much to pray about that I kind of just sit there in silence, because I know God knows what I'm talking about, what I'm thinking about, and He can collect that much better than me. But the fact that I'm closing my eyes and dedicating it to Him, it's like dedicated prayer time. Yeah, that's how I start my day. It's amazing and so fulfilling to me to start it that way. And I just want to end it with, yes, it's hard to choose that, because you have to be disciplined, and you may not think that that's going to benefit you at all, but it will. To slow yourself down before you go into the day and fill your mind with what Christ wants your mind to be filled with before you run headfirst into the world. It's hard to choose that sometimes, because sometimes you just want to press the snooze button. Sometimes you would rather watch a YouTube video when you wake up. And I will say, I don't do this every day. Like, I struggle with sticking to it a lot of days, but most of the time, that's what my morning looks like when I'm doing well. Also, I wanted to say, if you feel like it's just too much of a big step right away to jump into having like a full sit-down morning routine, just at least do yourself a favor and download that app. And even if it's for 5 minutes, like, I want to say half of these devotions could take as long as you want them to. Like, they could take less than 5 minutes. You have to download the YouVersion app and just read a quick devotional in your car before you go into work, or in your car before you walk into school, on your lunch break. Any break that you have, dedicate that time to be with Jesus, because I promise you that little tiny amount will change your life. It really, really will. And there's not really any way that I can explain how, other than like, just trust me, it will change your life. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. I hope you guys found some help in this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the Happy Soul Tribe. I love you all. Make sure you go out of your way to love on someone today and make them feel extra special, because they freaking are. And I will catch you guys in the next